Hello everyone, I'm Akanksha Mishra and you are watching our YouTube channel TNB Academy. Let me start with a simple question. Have you ever cleared an ISO 14001 audit and still felt that nothing really changed in your organization? If your answer is yes, you are not alone. For many years, ISO 14001 audits were about showing documents, registers, procedures and files. As long as the paperwork looked correct, organizations felt safe. But the world has changed. Climate change, pollution, water scarcity, environmental accidents, and strict regulators have forced ISO 14001 to grow up. Today, auditors are no longer trained to ask, "Do you have this document?" They are trained to ask, "Does this system actually work?" That is why this topic is extremely important. In this session, we will clearly and simply understand what auditors are being trained to look for in the new ISO 14001. Not in complex standard language, but in practical, real-life terms. Whether you are an organization, an EMS manager, a consultant, or an auditor, this knowledge will help you prepare confidently and avoid surprises during audits. Now, why auditor training is changing? Auditor training is changing because environmental problems are no longer future risk. They are present realities. Pollution penalties, environmental litigation, climate-related disruptions, and public scrutiny have exposed weak environmental management systems. Earlier, organizations could survive audits with copy templates and generic registers. Today, that approach fails quickly. Certification bodies are being instructed by accreditation bodies to stop certifying paperwork and start evaluating environmental performance. Auditors are now trained to understand environmental risk, business operations, and regulatory expectations. They are expected to think, analyze, and challenge, not just tick boxes. From document checking to understanding real thinking. Earlier audits focused on whether documents existed. Now auditors focus on whether the organization understands what it has written. For example, auditors no longer accept an aspect register simply because it exists. They ask why certain aspects are significant, how risks were evaluated, and whether real environmental impact was considered. This means auditors are checking the thinking process behind the system. If documents look perfect but explanations are weak, auditors quickly identify gaps. The system must make sense, not just look good. Understanding the organization's environmental context. Auditors are now trained to deeply evaluate the context of the organization. Generic descriptions such as "we are a manufacturing unit" are no longer sufficient. Auditors expect organizations to understand where they operate and how that location affects the environment. They look at factors like water availability, pollution sensitivity, climate conditions, nearby communities, and local regulations. Auditors want to see that these environmental realities influence planning, risk assessment, and controls. If context is treated as a formality, auditors consider the system weak at its foundation. Now, identifying the stakeholders and their environmental expectations. Auditors are trained to verify whether organizations have correctly identified their interested parties and their environmental expectations. This includes regulators, customers, employees, local communities, suppliers, and sometimes even NGOs. More importantly, auditors check whether these expectations are actually addressed. If customers demand sustainable practice or regulators require strict controls, auditors expect to see these reflected in objectives, controls, and monitoring. Missing or ignored stakeholders often lead to non-conformities. Now, operational controls that work on the ground. Auditors are trained to focus on what actually happens in operations. They observe activities, talk to employees, and verify whether controls are understood and followed. They assess equipment safeguards, waste handling, chemical storage, emergency preparedness, and response practices. Written procedures are important, but real implementation matters more. Now, monitoring, measurement, and trustworthy data. Auditors are trained to challenge environmental data. They check how measurements are taken, how accuracy is ensured, and how trends are analyzed. Most importantly, auditors verify whether data leads to decision and improvements. If poor performance is recorded but no action is taken, auditors consider the system ineffective. Auditors treat internal audits and management reviews as mirrors of system maturity. They verify whether internal audits are honest, independent, and risk-focused. Management reviews must show meaningful discussion, performance evaluation, risk consideration, and improvement planning. If internal audits always show no issues, auditors see it as a warning sign. Now, continual improvement as real progress. Auditors are trained to view continual improvement as real environmental progress, not just closing audit findings. This includes reduced environmental impact, better compliance, stronger controls, and smarter environmental decisions over time. Improvement must be visible and measurable. Now, let me end this session with a very important message. The new ISO 14001 audit is not tougher because auditors want to fail organizations. It is tougher because the environment cannot afford weak systems anymore. Auditors are no longer looking for perfect files. They are looking for honest systems. If your environmental management system reflects real thinking, real control, and real commitment, audits become smooth and valuable. But if your system exists only for certification, audits become stressful and unpredictable. So the real question is not how do we pass the audit? The real question is how well do we manage our environmental risk? In the new ISO 14001 era, auditors don't certify documents. They evaluate environmental responsibility. Thanks for watching.